Hello, I'm Torstein from Cinema Terror, and today I will be talking about the spaghetti western 4 of the Apocalypse from 1975. In 4 of the Apocalypse, we meet a gang of 4 outcasts that join together on a journey throughout Utah after they bonded together in prison. The group is spearheaded by the professional gambler Stubby. With them is the young prostitute Bunny, the drunk Clem, and the mentally handicapped Bud. Their long journey through the desert landscape is filled with danger, especially when they come across a ruthless bandit named Chacho. The objective of getting safely to the destination becomes even greater when Bunny lets the group know that she is bearing a child. Spaghetti westerns is a genre I have been meaning to explore more for quite some time now, but never actually gotten around to do so. So what could be better than to dive into it today with a western from a filmmaker I am already familiar with, and I'm talking about the gore maestro himself, Lucio Fulci. What I expected from mid-70s Fulci was a rough and tough western with plenty of violence, gunplay, and inevitably rape. While some of that is to be found every now and then in this movie, I was surprised to see just how tender and emotional the film was. It's not about violence or tough men with guns in this film, rather it is a nice story of characters that are given enough room to grow to make you care for them by the time the movie is over.
Nobody invited you.
Well, I did. I'm a damn good hunter, you know. Wherever you go, you'll have a piece of meat every day. In exchange for that, you would let me share your horses on the wagon. I think we keep each other company for a while.
Most of this has to do with how likable Fabio Testi is as Stubby, and his chemistry with the beauty Lynne Frederick as Bunny was impeccable. It's hard to imagine that these two weren't in fact real-life lovers, and I was not too surprised to read that there were some rumors of the two bonding out of characters as well on the set of this film. A big reason of why I chose this film, except for the fact that its director is Lucio Fulci, was the fact that also the antagonist, Chacho, was portrayed by the always awesome Tomas Milian.
Ma perché non lo ammazzi, Giacomo?
Finissimi, carogna! No!
Milian has everything that an actor needs and can do whatever you want him to, from being funny, dramatic, intimidating, just everything. His part in this film is not that big, and it did leave me wanting to see more of his character, Chacho. What I would have done if I was responsible for this movie was to make the third part of the film be more about Chacho versus Stubby, and of course give Stubby a more heroic name than Stubby. For some reason, the final part of this story takes place in a small village, and they go more or less for emotions and a sappy ending, than giving us something thrilling and exciting. I dislike this part a lot, especially after getting so invested in the main characters. I would much more have preferred them to be in great danger, and of course, more Chacho. I would also have preferred it if they didn't include the now dated 70s hippie songs that they had in it.
Hoping that their fortune soon will come. Moving on through the desert, guided by the sun.
It didn't work well with the western atmosphere that the movie takes place in. I felt like they were added more to trick people into thinking this might be an American movie, instead of adding to the scenes that they were used in. One thing Fulci does great is setting up the mood and atmosphere in his movies, which he also does quite well in this one, so the music choices took me a bit out of the movie for the very few scenes they were in. It is also noteworthy that this movie was the start of a long-lasting collaboration between Fulci and his director of photography, Sergio Salvati. Lucio Fulci's 4 of the Apocalypse is a good, character-driven western that surprised me due to my previous experience with this marvelous but violence-loving director. While I would have preferred the final part to go in a different direction, this was still overall a nice experience, and while I already knew so, it did confirm that I absolutely need to start checking out more spaghetti westerns in the near future. 4 of the Apocalypse gets a 3.5 out of 5. Have you seen Four of the Apocalypse? What did you think of it, and how do you think it ranks compared to other Italian westerns? As mentioned, I'm not an expert on this genre, so if you got some recommendations to me, then I'd be interested to read about it in the comment section below. And of course, thank you for watching.